G'day guys, Call Sign Sticks here. Today I thought I'd just make a quick video sort of going over my comms setup. It has changed actually since I last did my plate carrier review video. I'll leave a little tag up here, so if you want to go and check that video out as well, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, I have changed my comms setup a little bit, and that's purely because I've been dedicated to be the radio operator in my particular squad within Phoenix Company. So because of that, my setup's changed just a tad. But yeah, so today we're just going to go over that. Again, touch on why I run two radios and blah 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 blah. So first of all, I will go through the actual radios. I have two of the exact same radio, so I'll go through the ones that I'm using at the moment. If I can get it off, there we go. All right, so these are the Baofeng UV5R is the model. These are pretty common in the airsoft, gel ball, civilian use world. They're a dual band radio, so they run UHF and VHF frequencies. Now, when you originally get the Baofeng radios, they're not going to be programmed with any channels or anything like that. You can buy a programming cable for these, and some software, and you can upload all the channels with their frequencies directly onto it. You can also go through and manually program in all 80 UHF channels if you really want to. UHF's pretty much the common frequencies that are used, again, especially in airsoft, gel ball, blah 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 blah, here in Australia anyway. Yeah, so these are a great little unit. I actually am really surprised at the functionality and the ease of use for these, as well as I can't remember, I think it may have been Kamikaze who was saying that he's seen that there's somehow a way for you to use this so you can, I think it's open and close your garage doors and stuff like that. So he, I believe, is actually doing a review on these radios, so yeah, head over to his channel, check that out. But yeah, so like I said, I'm mainly just going to focus on, instead of opening garage doors, I'm just going to focus on the application of these in gel ball and airsoft and blah 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 blah. Cool. So some of the, so obviously you've got your on-off button at the top, and it's obviously also your volume as well. The Baofengs run in, there's different modes, I guess. So you've got channel mode, so that's if you've pre-programmed in all 80 of your UHF channels. You can go to, say, channel 55 or channel 1 or whatever it may be. Do bear in mind, if you are doing that, there are emergency channels that are used throughout Australia. I believe it's channel 5 and 35. So don't use those channels unless it's an emergency. They are actually monitored by people. So yeah, if you're gonna use these, just be mindful of that. I will leave either a photo or a link in the description that actually has what the channels are used for. There are some specific channels that are used for specific things, so just bear that in mind before you start playing in the backyard with your mates, these radios on, you know, channels that you shouldn't be on, essentially. The mode I like to run on is frequency mode. That's just where you physically type in the frequency. When you go to a lot of milsim events and things like that, the command will give you a your squad or your team a frequency to operate on, and they'll also give you another frequency to talk back to your command structure, essentially. And this kind of comes on to why I run two radios. So the Baofengs are not so much unique, but have a functionality where you can listen to two channels at once. This is called TDR mode, so you can turn that on and off. So I'll kind of frequency mode. So I don't know how well you can kind of see that at the moment. you'll see that I've got two frequencies. One of them's got a little dot next to it. So at the moment my radio is listening to, I've turned TDR mode off so that I'm not listening to both those frequencies. I'm just listening to the one. If I turn TDR on, it will listen to both of those, but at the moment the way I've got it set, it'll only transmit to that first frequency. Yeah, so without getting too in depth, basically this radio can listen to two frequencies. The only downfall for these radios is when it is in that TDR mode, if I transmit on, say, the first frequency, someone transmit on the first frequency, the radio will listen to that, but then a second later if someone transmits on the second frequency, you won't actually hear it. So say I've got my my squads channel as the first one, as the first frequency, and you know, my mate Paul goes, "Hey Carter, we've got," or "Hey Sticks, we've got this ahead." But then at the same time on the second channel, which could be, say, your command channel, you have the commander trying to get in contact with you. You won't hear the commander, you'll only hear what's come through on the first channel. So there's a bit of a downfall. So if you have two transmissions at once, essentially you can't listen to them at the same time. Yeah, so that's that. So that's why I actually run two radios and I don't run TDR on either of them. So basically I just want to be able to set my frequencies, you know, squad on one, command on another, and that be that. So what else can I tell you about this radio? Oh, the batteries. So these batteries will last so long. These are really, really awesome. These smaller ones are I believe they're an 1800 milliamp hour per battery. On my command radio, I have an extended battery which is 3800 milliamp hours. So I ran that one, so I only had the one radio at the Toowoomba Milsim back in July or August or whenever it was. I ran that radio on, again only on a squad net, but I ran that for the whole weekend and I hadn't even gone through half the battery. So they're really, really efficient on battery. I do carry little spares of these as well, so worst case scenario, I just change the battery out. These should last you a whole weekend of gameplay, pretty much. Yeah, so this is my squad radio. So I have this one set up for just to talk between my squad members. I only really have this on when we're out on patrols or that sort of thing, so it will get turned on and off. And the other radio is set up for command, but I'll go over the individual setups in just a minute. Cool. So, sorry, I have to write notes because I forget to talk about stuff. So yeah, battery life's really good in these. So now I'll sort of draw your attention over to my chest rig here, and I will go through how I've set these up. Now, I know people are going to have a bit of a dig about how messy this looks, and yes, I know, but I am working a way on how to fix that. So, we come around to the side here. So as I said, we've got two radios, both the Baofeng UV5Rs. So the one at the very front, like I said, is my squad net, so I can talk between my squad members. The way I've got this set up is I have it attached to my, this is the Z Tactical U94 PTT, and then the accompanying headset for that. So I have my squad radio hooked up to that system. So the PTT just runs through the cummerbund and through the webbing and up through the shoulder, and I can press to talk through there. So that's how I've set that one up. This radio just runs the short the little bit longer antenna that comes with the Baofengs. Because I'm not really going to be too far away from my squad members usually, this suffices and puts out enough power to be able to send and receive transmissions, so that's why I have that. The other radio that I have, again, is another Baofeng UV5R, as I've said. Now this one I've set up a little bit differently. I have the so the antenna firstly is this, let me just move that out of the way, is this tactical antenna. This also serves actually, as a bit of a, puts out a bit more power and that sort of thing from the radio, so that's really good, like I said, if we're out on a patrol and we need to talk back to command, especially in hilly terrain or things like that. This antenna is able to send and receive those transmissions clearly, concisely, which is obviously the whole point of having radios and comms, is to be able to coordinate and communicate effectively. So I've got the antenna run through the molly straps just in the back, and how I attach it to my radio is through this relocation cable. You can pick these up, I'm pretty sure I paid about 10 or 20 bucks I think for this. I'll leave a link for all this stuff below, obviously, including the extended battery. So again, that just runs through my molly up through the back, and just, I don't know if you guys can see that. Don't know if you can see that, but it just attaches down the bottom there. So yeah, so that's how I've set the antenna up for that one. And then to actually talk and transmit, I have just the, if I can move that out of the way. So I just have the Baofeng fist mic for the command radio. Like I said, I want to, when we're out on patrols and stuff like that, the worst case scenario is I can turn it right down or turn it off, and then if I need to be quiet. And then if we come in contact, obviously we're going to be shooting blasters and doing all that good stuff. I can just turn it back on, call for help, do whatever I need to do. So yeah, that's
frequency mode.
So yeah, that's pretty good. Transmits out, does a little red light. Yeah, so it does what I need it to do. Obviously, like I said, the cable management stuff's a little bit messy. I am just trying to figure out the best way to do that without having to buy longer cables and blah blah blah. So yeah, so that's just kind of how I set up my radios. Again, like I said, the whole reason behind running two is one for my squad, so I can definitely hear all those transmissions, and then one for command, so I can hear all their transmissions too, instead of running just the one radio in that TDR mode. So that's pretty much my setup, guys. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below, or send me a DM on Instagram. Would love to hear and see other people's setups and some advice and things like that. Again, this is just kind of a set. This is more so like a milsim setup, as I said before. So I wouldn't probably run this at a skirmish day. If I'm playing at an outdoor field that requires me to use radios, I would probably just ditch one of the. I just ditch the fist mic and run the U94 into this extended radio, and then this other radio I can just take out and put in my bag or do whatever, and there's not going to be excess cabling or anything like that. So guys, like I said, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.